What's up, everybody? Trevor here again. It is July 22nd, 2016. I'm coming to you from Los Angeles, California. I'm talking a little bit faster than normal. That's because I just realized that my battery is almost out of my camera. And because I bought my camera in Europe, the charger works on European sockets. So I'm going to try to record this in one take, talking a little bit fast, and let's see what happens. If I mess up, I'm just going to keep going. So, this video I'm going to talk about Denmark, Copenhagen, what we got up to there, a little bit of reading about a Danish philosopher by the name of Kierkegaard, because, well, it makes sense to talk about Danish and Danes, so let's get into it. I was in Denmark June 29th to July 5th, and the real reason me and my sister went to Denmark and Copenhagen specifically is because Roskilde Music Festival was going on there during that same time period. This is a giant festival, over 100,000 tickets sold, some of the most number of people I've ever seen in one place at one time. Pretty incredible. Saw a lot of cool bands, Immortal Technique, Slayer, Santa Gold, Moo, the Tylites, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and LCD Sound System. So that was a great way to close out that week of partying there. Some cool things about festivals in Scandinavia, Europe, is that you can get six-packs, and I don't mean like a six-pack of cans of beer. You can get a six-pack of drop beer, like in the cup, in a cardboard carrying thing. So yes, get on top of it, US, get 6 packs of drop beer. So, talk a little bit more about Copenhagen, where we were staying. While we were in Copenhagen, we were at Urban House Hostel, which is located right next to the central Copenhagen train station. So, good location. This location also means is it is located in the red light district. So, at night, it gets a little bit different, off, crazy, whatever you want to say. But there are people selling drugs, so if you want to buy cocaine, you could buy cocaine right at the corner from the hostel. There was also only one prostitute that propositioned me for sex. So, hey, depending on the person, you might get propositioned more, but I don't know if that's what you're looking for. But beside the point, Copenhagen is a great city. Just surpassed Amsterdam in some recent studies as the bike capital of Europe. Tons of bikes, tons of bike lanes. The lights are actually set up for bikes more so than cars. So pretty cool that they're moving to green transportation and that kind of thing. Another big part of Copenhagen that I really enjoyed and you might enjoy is called Christiania, which is more or less the green light district of Copenhagen. And what I mean by green light district is that's where they sell all the weed. So this district, or this market, is kind of like an open air market with little pop-up stalls, and these guys are working all the stalls, and they got pre-rolled joints. You can buy just straight weed, or you can buy hash. I've never seen so much hash in one place in my life. Like bricks, 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 bricks of hash at every single stand. Crazy. So, heard a funny story that Snoop Dogg came to town to present or play at Roskilde. Got some really strong hash at Christiania, got sick, and couldn't perform at the show. So, fun fact I learned, be careful, their stuff is potent. So, that more or less covers Denmark and Copenhagen. From Copenhagen, we caught an overnight ferry to Oslo, Norway, and I will get to that in the next video. We'll see if I can record it on this camera before my battery dies. Like I mentioned, we're getting down to how many videos and photos I can still take. So, to get to the reading, to wrap this up, the book I read most recently is called The Concept of Anxiety by Soren Kierkegaard. And this is a very technical piece of philosophy and a little bit hard to understand at some points. So it's going to be difficult for me to break it down into as few words as possible. But his message is that the denial of death and our search for meaning in life can be traced back through religion and philosophy and psychology. And he kind of predates all of these really important minds, and in this work tries to describe the introduction of sin into the world, and sin both in the biblical sense or the dogmatic sense, but in a philosophical sense where we just see sin as maybe greed or as bad versus good. And so Adam and Eve worked as a way for mankind to show the introduction of sin into the world. So that might not have been the best description. I'm going to give you guys a quote about anxiety. One other thing about this kind of struck me, because I've suffered from anxiety in the past and still do to this day, is anxiety is a sign of strength. It's a sign of mental fortitude, that you are smart enough to have to contemplate all of these things that could happen to you, that might happen, and that the more or stronger you are mentally, the higher chance you're going to suffer from anxiety. So that was kind of cool to think about, that, hey, maybe the reason I suffer from anxiety is because I'm so incredibly smart and I talk really fast, something like that. Who knows? So here's the quote to wrap this up, guys, and deep breath. Anxiety becomes for him a ministering spirit that leads him against its will where he will. Then, when it announces itself, when it disingenuously makes it look as though it has invented an altogether new instrument of torture, far more terrible than anything before. He does not draw back, and still less does he try to ward it off with noise and confusion, but bids it welcome, greets it solemnly, and like Socrates, who raised the poison cup, he takes it in with him and says, as a patient would say to the surgeon, when the painful operation is about to begin, "Now I am ready." Then anxiety enters into his soul and searches out everything, and frightens the finite and petty out of him, and then leads him where he will. Thanks for watching, guys. Till next time, we'll see if I can get another video recorded before this battery dies.